I want to say thank you to FEMS for this wonderful opportunity given to me at this International Microorganism Day. Present on this wonderful topic on entrepreneurship in microbiology. My name is Bamidele Odumosu. I'm the senior lecturer of the University of Lagos. Thank you. These are my outlines. Changing world, where we stand, bio-entrepreneurship, microbial resources, an example, opportunities available for microbial technology, and conclusion. Now, the world is changing. Everything is changing. Our mentality is changing, attitude, general lifestyle. Human beings are changing. Everything around us is changing. The climate change, we have global warming, and we have the effect of global warming. Everything is all changing. We are in a changing world. We are in the era of advancement in information technology and their uses. We have smartphones, we have smart TVs, we have smart cars, we have smart hours, everything going smart. And in terms of economy, we have some crazy economy right now. Economy downturns, only a few countries are boasting of viable economy. Nigeria has its own share of it. We have job losses, inflation everywhere, and insecurity challenges bedeviling a lot of countries, of which Nigeria is also sharing part of this insecurity problem. How of all this change? Microbes too are changing. Microorganisms are changing. The change in terms of mutation and the metabolite profile. We have seen effect of mutation in microorganisms as a result of antibiotic resistance. One of the problems in the world now. Apart from that, we also see the COVID-19 as a result of mutation. We have a new strain, we have the Delta strain, the Alpha strain. Who knows which strain is coming up next? Now, these are effects of change. So microorganisms are changing along with the world. So in the midst of this change, where do we stand? As microbiologists, as microorganisms, as changing, and microbiology itself, where do we stand? You see, microbiology and microorganisms are totally underexploited. We've been relegated to the back seat for too long in terms of income generation, and that's the bane of my presentation. Microbiologists must rise to the occasion, especially in the nation building and economic recovery. They ask me, how do we rise to this challenge? We need to embrace the uniqueness of microbial resources for entrepreneurship and job creation. You see, we have focused too long on theoretical aspects of microbiology, laboratory work, isolation of organism, identification, okay, what do they have, what can they do, and all that. We need to start applying these things to our everyday lives. We need to start applying the effect, the uniqueness of this organism. We need to start applying it to our everyday life. When I say everyday life, I'm talking about economic recovery. Now, the only way we can revive the economy is through income generation, to reduce the poverty level, where everybody don't have to depend on the government. Everybody have to have the means of generating income. This is one of the reasons, this is one of the ways where we can actually, stand on our using what we have to get what we want. So let's look at microbiology itself. Microbiology comprises of medical microbiology, agricultural microbiology, pharmaceutical microbiology, environmental microbiology, industrial, food, and petroleum microbiology. If you're embracing the change in the microbial, we need to also look at entrepreneurship microbiology, which is totally out of this equation. Nobody is talking about entrepreneurship microbiology. It's not an aspect that's been taught in microbiology simply because nobody believes in it. Or maybe I shouldn't say that, probably not in the curriculum. but it's part of the system. We need to start looking at this. We need to embrace the change in a microbial way because the world is changing. We need to change along with the world. We are the one dealing with microorganisms. We are the one dealing with invisible organisms. We know them. We know what they can do. We know what they're capable of. So we need to look at the uniqueness of these microbes, the special microorganisms, and look at what can we do to make life better with our microorganisms. That leads me to bio-entrepreneurship. You see, bio-entrepreneurship from the word bio is a Greek word. It means life. Bio means life, biology. Bio-entrepreneurship, biology. Bio-terrorism, bio-degradation, bio-life. An entrepreneur refers to someone who makes money by running a business, typically a business thinking fellow. Especially these are the kind of people who take risks. An entrepreneur takes advantage of the needs of others and they make money by providing solutions. Now, in the act of money making, we need to see how can we look at biology of microorganisms in making money. Bio-entrepreneurship is an aspect of using microorganisms to make money. Now, we know that bio-entrepreneurship has been in practice, even among persons without formal education, in terms of animal husbandry, crop production. These are living things that generate income. Crop production, raising livestock, poultry, animal, food producing animal. Yeah, bio-entrepreneurship. We are looking at microbial bio-entrepreneurship, the role of microorganisms in this. What about microbe as an agent of bio-entrepreneurship? Organism making money, the act of making money via microorganisms. This is what we're talking about. You can see my illustration. How can we make product out of these microorganisms? Not just studying them, not just identifying them, not just looking at what they can do in terms of antibiotic resistance, in terms of degradation. How can we turn these things into money making locally? That is the basic crux of my presentation. This idea was brought by Professor KIT and now Joseph Ayababala University. He's a senior colleague of mine. He brought the idea and I embraced it. Since then, I've been thinking about it. How can we look at bio-entrepreneurship from this angle? So my presentation today is to inspire general. I know it's not a new thing, but I'm trying to open our eyes to see this thing from a different angle. Like I said, bio-entrepreneurship is not new, but let us see microorganism as an agent of bio-entrepreneurship. Let every microbiologist be a millionaire. That's what I'm talking about. You see, microorganism has been totally misunderstood by men. Everybody sees them as a disease-causing organism, so they must be eradicated. You must kill the bacteria. You must eradicate the bacteria. You must treat the infection caused by bacteria. However, many of these microorganisms are more important than we can ever imagine. They have vast resources that can be harnessed for our everyday life. Not every bacteria is pathogenic bacteria. Not every microorganism is disease-causing. Not every fungi is disease-causing fungi. Yes. What about those ones that are beneficial to man? There are a lot of microorganisms that are beneficial to man. As a microbiologist, we know that. The outside world doesn't know this. So we need to sell the gospel to them. That takes us to knowledge of the primary and secondary metabolites that are formed by bacteria. These are substances that are produced during the exponential stationary phase of growth, and which has been proven to be useful in our everyday use. So the microbial metabolites is the key to uncovering their resourcefulness. Metabolite produced by microorganisms, their waste, is what we want to use for our resources. So microbial metabolites are usually extracted from the biomass and use solvents such as ethyl acetate, which are removing the primary or secondary metabolite during their growing active stage. You can also use ethanol, chloroform, basically solvent. Now, some of these solvents have different isolating power, extracting power based on their polarity. So depending on the microorganism, depending on the solvent, depending on the fermentation pathway, we can get a product out of an ordinary microorganism from the environment. So you don't have to spend money. All you need to do is isolate the organism and carry out a fermentation process on a large scale or average medium scale with a specific microorganism which depends on certain growth supplements that can induce the organism to produce the desired metabolite. Now, this is an industrial process, but I'm just trying to break it down in a simplified form. Now, the downstream process involves the recovery of the metabolites that is being produced during the growth, purification of the fermentation product. Then the product is out. When this product gets out, this is when these organisms are now being used for various purposes. A wide variety of fermentative pathways yield commercial commodities which depend on operation condition and the microbe cell, just like I said. Therefore, traditional products can be fortified using suitable microorganisms such as lactobacillus, streptomyces, yeast bacillus, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at this is the pathway. This pathway showing you different products that can be obtained from different microorganisms. We have lactic acid bacteria, we have yeast, we have propionic acid bacteria, we have Serratia bacillus, Clostridium, we have the algae, and we have the main bacteria that produce antibiotics, antiviral. Now, these are several products that are also always produced during fermentation. And the product target depends on the desire and depends on the microorganism that's particularly involved in this type. So industrially, these products can be converted to household items, food. We have the wine. These are internationally recognized products at international level. Everybody knows this. Yes, we all know this. We all know we can get our wine. We all know we can get our acetone. We all know we can get our acetic acid. We know we can get the cheese. We can get several other things from microorganisms, industrial. What about the local product? What about the local product that can be obtained by simply carrying out simple fermentation process? See, because in order to make money from microorganisms, we need to embrace microbial technology with the biomass of microorganisms to get our microbial product. Then we can render, we can render service, we can employ labor, we can be an employer of labor, or you can be self-sustained, you can be self-employed, all from generation of money from microorganisms. Is it okay? So microbial resources, an example of some of these products. We have soap from microbial resources. Some organisms produce surfactants, which can help in removing lipid from the environment. So they can be generated. Make soap, we have probiotics. And this diagram, we have the mushroom chips. We also have the yogurt. And these are the local production. In Nigeria, there's this product called Gari gel. Everybody knows it. And we also have the pap. Now, some of these products can be engineered. Some of these products can be packaged via microbial technology. These are examples. We have so many examples. All you need to do is to look at the angle of microbial entrepreneurship. So we have home mushroom which can be cultivated and sold. We have edible mushroom for sale. Microbial biomass can be used as probiotics to promote health. We have the microbial single cell protein which can be used to feed a lot of population. And also we have farmland control in terms of pest control. Endophytic bacteria that produce metabolites can be used in controlling pests, diseases from the farm. So some of these can be produced in little quantity or much quantity and used in controlling small farms and so on and so forth. So opportunities are available for microbial technology. When we look at this opportunity, we see a malnourished population that can be fed, can make nutrients and food available to the malnourished. In terms of poor storage facility and food storage, you can actually get food preservation by generating microorganisms with metabolites that can actually eradicate some other organisms that cause food spoilage. Unaffordable healthcare can be boosted by the production of probiotics or food supplements that can improve health of individuals. When your health is improved, then you'll be able to meet up with health, so many challenges. When your health is okay, you have less concern regarding diseases and all that. So we also have environmental pollution. We can clean up the environment. We can clean up the environment with the use of microbial technology and also conversion of waste to wealth using microbial technology. A lot of money can be generated from waste. This waste can be converted to money-making machine, all with the use of microbial technology. These are many opportunities that just few because I have a little time to share. These are few among the opportunities available. So this is time for paradigm shift. We need to embrace entrepreneurial microbiology. Microbial training plus entrepreneurial knowledge gives you entrepreneurship in microbiology. And this can revolutionize our world. It is time for paradigm shift. It is time to change the situation. Conclusion. Microbiology has many principles, which are potential source of revenues. Pay close attention to these principles. You need to think out of the box. You need to explore the impact opportunities around you. Then have a collaboration. Yeah, being a microbiologist, generate income doesn't mean everything has to be only microbiology. You need to collaborate with somebody in chemistry. You need to collaborate with biochemists. You need to collaborate with environmental scientists, all to look at what can be done. What you can do to make the output better from your knowledge as a microbiologist. I believe with this short presentation, you can begin to look at microbial technology as a tool for entrepreneurship in microbiology. Thank you very much. Mo record yẹn. Mo sọ fún yẹn náà. Mo ti record. Wo. Mo ẹ̀ sọ mi ẹ̀rọ. Mi mọ̀ kó wọ́n ni mo kó mi ò lọ fẹ́ wá ìwá. Mo kó wọ́n. ló ti record. In fact, ọlá jẹ́ kí lè